Mr. Lents, what year were you born?
1921.
1921.
October.
October 1920. Who's the first president you remember?
Roosevelt.
President Roosevelt. Do you remember hearing his voice on the radio?
I remember the president before that, but I don't know him. Hoover. I think it was Hoover.
Hoover. Yeah. Do you remember hearing President Roosevelt's voice on the radio?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And where did you grow up?
I grew up in Iowa.
In Iowa. Yeah. Were you a farm family?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I joined the Navy in 1939.
1939, so you joined before the United States got into the war.
Yeah.
Why did you join the Navy?
For work, I did a job.
Yeah, you needed a job, huh?
Jobs was scarce then.
Right, in the Great Depression.
Yeah.
Did the Depression, did it affect your family a lot?
Well, we lived on a 400-acre farm.
Yeah.
Got along pretty good, but had plenty to eat and stuff because you raised it. But
yeah. But you needed to do some work, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you joined the Navy, and you were hoping to see the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you probably did end up seeing parts of the world, huh?
Asked me what I wanted in the Navy, and I said I wanted Air Corps or submarines.
Oh.
I got submarines.
So you either wanted to be in the sky or under the water, but
Yeah.
not on top of the water. Huh. What was it about submarines that was interesting to you?
I don't know. I always saw that about that submarine they sunk, and they got a bunch of guys off of it. Newsreel, I saw that. I decided that's what I wanted.
Yeah. Wow. And so, what do you remember about Pearl Harbor, December 7th, 1941? Because you're already in the Navy, and so
I was in Manila.
you were in Manila during Pearl Harbor.
We
Wow.
just escorted the 4th Marines out of China. Just got back.
So you were in Manila when Pearl Harbor happened.
Yeah.
Oh, so you knew war was on, huh?
And
Wow.
they come over the second day of the war and wiped Navy Yard out at Manila.
Yeah.
The Navy Yard, they killed a bunch of people.
The Japanese did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because immediately after Pearl Harbor, they hit the Philippines.
Yeah.
They hit a bunch of places, but they hit the Philippines. Did you see that when the Japanese attacked the Philippines?
Well, we run out the bay and dove. The officers watched it through the periscope.
Wow.
But
So you were out in Manila Bay
yeah.
when the Japanese attacked.
Well, we was first wave come in. We saw that we had an engine tore up, and had parts of it laying on the deck. They had to get that down, and we run out the harbor. They finally got the pieces down, and we sat on the bottom of the bay.
You sat on the bottom of the bay.
Yeah.
Down there in Manila Bay.
Yeah.
Did the Japanese know you were there?
Well, they probably didn't.
Okay.
They'd probably try to bomb us.
Yeah. So what was your first operation then after the U.S. got in the war?
After we got the engines fixed, and the warheads put on the torpedoes, we had exercise warheads on a lot of the torpedoes.
Mm-hmm.
Put warheads on them, and we went out on patrol.
You went out on patrol.
We went north, out along the Philippines.
Yeah.
And over.
Did you find any Japanese ships?
Well, we was up off of Formosa. They used to be Formosa.
I think is it Taiwan now, I think?
Taiwan.
Yeah.
And we got a radio message that the Japanese was loading all the money and stuff, jewelry and stuff out of the bank over in Hong Kong.
Oh, yeah.
They was just captured Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And we got word to stick it. And by gosh, we went over there at high speed at night. The next day we didn't see anything, but the day after Christmas, here come the ship with 2 destroyers and a cruiser protected it. So they figured that was the one that they finally got a torpedo in it, and it was going down by the stern.
So this is a Japanese cruiser that your submarine sank?
Yeah, well, we hit the merchant ship that was protected.
Oh.
They wanted to Japs keep from getting all that gold and stuff.
Yeah.
Bad. And we hit it. It was going down but stern, and the cruiser dropped a set of aircraft up, and we didn't know it. And we was going to torpedo the cruiser. Gave a second round in, picking up survivors, and that damn airplane dropped an air bomb on us.
Oh, wow.
And it was close enough, it shook us up and broke a cable on the periscope.
Wow.
The periscope fell over, turned down at the bottom of the well, so we only had one short periscope after that.
Wow.
And
wow.
It's ordered this to Darwin in Australia.
Oh, for repairs.
For repairs.
Yeah. So just to make sure I understand, so you're off Hong Kong. The Japanese, of course, invaded Hong Kong, and a lot of atrocities in Hong Kong that the Japanese committed. And so you torpedoed some Japanese ships. So you torpedoed a Japanese ship. You're going to torpedo another. Then a Japanese plane came in and dropped a bomb on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then your sub had to go down to Australia.
Yeah.
After that. Wow.
And we got down into Balikpapan and did the Dutch territory.
Down to Dutch territory, yeah.
And we've low on fuel, we was low on everything. Finally, we got some fuel from them.
Yeah.
But no food. We could get cigarettes if we wanted.
Yeah. Oh, you couldn't get cigarettes?
Yeah, could.
Oh, you could. So you could get fuel and cigarettes, but no food.
They had warehouses full of food, but be damned if they'd let us have any.
They wouldn't let you have any food. This is in the Dutch East Indies?
Yeah.
Where you were? Yeah, Indonesia now.
Borneo is where it was at.
Yeah.
Balikpapan.
Yeah.
So we took on a load of fuel, and then we went on down to Darwin, Australia.
Yeah.
And they repaired us down there.
Okay. Now, is this before Darwin was attacked? Because the Japanese attacked Darwin, too.
Afterward, we was there.
You saw the destruction in Darwin?
No.
Oh,
It happened after we was about a week after we was there, they attacked Darwin.
Wow.
And
yeah.
sunk a bunch of ships.
Yeah. So where after Australia, where did you go?
Well, then we went up along New Guinea.
Around New Guinea.
Around, and then the island where we was, they had Dutch had an air base. And the Japs was captured then, but we was up along there.
Okay.
Then they sent word, they turned us over to a Dutch admiral. Our American admiral was ordered back to the States for some reason.
Oh.
So this admiral sent us in where the Japanese was landing, making their landing.
In Papua New Guinea?
And in Java.
In Java, yeah.
And the Japanese knew that was shallow water, but our chart showed 200 feet of water.
Oh boy.
And we got in there and they got after us. We got hit bottom, their depth charges at 147 feet. We got stuck in the mud.
Oh wow.
And they worked us over.
Yeah.
Thought they sunk us and they left. And we got up from that. And then we got out in a little deeper water. We got 200 foot of water. And they attacked us again.
Wow.
And they did a lot of damage to us.
Yeah.
We got stuck in the mud there, and finally we had played possum to shut everything off and talked to us, whispered, and
Yeah.
took her shoes off, real quiet.
Really?
After about 2 hours, they decided we was dead, and they pulled up and left.
Wow. So this is off Java.
Yeah.
And you were under the command of a Dutch admiral because the U.S. admiral had gone back to the States.
There'd been a battle there the day before.
Yeah.
And the Americans and the Dutch and the Austrians.
Yeah.
And, well, I guess that's who they went. They lost 13 ships. Americans.
The Allies did.
The Japanese bombed them.
Wow.
Of course, we didn't have no Air Force in it.
Right. Well, the U.S. Air Force in that part of the world had been destroyed in the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
Japanese pretty much destroyed the U.S. Air Force in the Philippines.
And
yeah.
this Dutch hospital ship come out picking up survivors from the ships.
Yeah.
The Japanese captured it.
They captured the hospital ship.
Yeah. And
oh boy.
when we got sunk, that's when they took us up to and put us on this hospital ship in the bilges down to the bottom.
Yeah.
There was about 600 or 800 Australians and English in there, and Dutch,
Yeah.
off of ships.
Yeah.
And then we was in there about 6 days, no food,
Wow.
no water. They turned the water spigot on about a half hour, but nobody had anything to drink out of.
To use.
And
Wow. So now this was this hospital ship. It was a Dutch hospital ship,
Yeah.
but had the Japanese taken it over, or
yeah, they took it over.
so at this point you're a prisoner.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they took it over.
So you were captured. It was this 1942 then?
42.
1942 you were captured.
March of 42.
March of 42. Where did the Japanese take you?
Well, they took this hospital, put us on the hospital ship. It was anchored off the southern end of Borneo.
Yeah.
Evidently, they didn't have this island over there captured, because we was on there about 6-7 days.
Wow.
Finally, they moved the ship over this Macassar, took us off, put us in an army camp, Dutch army camp.
They put you in a Dutch army camp
Yeah.
in the Dutch East Indies?
Yeah.
Of present-day Indonesia.
Sleepy Islands.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I suppose they was still captured it. Well, when we didn't give us anything to eat, finally they had I don't know where the bakery was, or I don't know, we would get a bun about the size of your fist for a day. They fed us for about a month. Finally,
Yeah.
the Japs didn't have anything. They live off the land, you know, their armies.
Yeah, yeah.
And finally they decided to get something. They cooked some rice in big pots. And they give us 2 cups of rice a day, a cup in the morning, a cup at night. I mean a teacup full.
Wow.
And we lived on that. We ate all the leaves off the trees and the grass. We ate grass, and anything we moved, we ate.
Just trying to get enough to eat.
Yeah.
Because the Japanese weren't, they weren't feeding you enough.
Finally, they said there was a sub-admiral was coming on the north end of this island. He was going to decide what to do with us.
A Japanese admiral?
Yeah, well, some Austrians or somebody shot that plane down and killed him, so they turned us over to another one.
Wow.
So they finally said, well, if we work, they'd give us 3 cups of rice a day, 3 meals a day, they called them.
Wow.
We said we'd work, we'd get out of the camp,
Yeah.
then we could steal stuff or get stuff to eat. And
So when you're outside the camp working, you could find other stuff to eat. What kind of work did they have you do?
well, the Dutch had a bomb shelters built, and we tore them down, tore down buildings that had been bombed, about everything that you think of, cut grass by hand, and
Yeah. Wow.
they kept telling us they didn't want us. They didn't know what to do with us. Well, we thought, well, they would put us on the hospital ship and send us home. But it wasn't what they meant. They had a bunch of Chinese coolies working. I don't know how many.
Mm-hmm. Chinese laborers, yeah.
Yeah, and one night, the night about 11 o'clock, we heard machine gun. Brrr, brrr, brrr.
Yeah.
Never saw them again.
The Chinese.
Yeah,
Because the Japanese killed them?
they shot them and hauled them out of there.
Wow. Now,
So don't think that didn't put us fear of God in you.
sure.
Figure you was next.
Right. Well, we hear a lot of stories about Japanese cruelty to prisoners, and it sounds like you experienced some of that.
Oh,
You saw that.
It was terrible. There was an English sailor picked up a coconut, and the Jap come up to him, I don't know, said something to him in Japanese, and he hit him right in the forehead with a rifle butt, killed him right there.
Wow.
For picking up a coconut.
Just because the guy picked up a coconut.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they put us in this army camp,
Uh-huh.
barracks. We slept on the cement floor, and 3 cups of rice a day. Once in a while they'd have some greens with it.
Yeah.
And these are, I guess about 2.5, 3 years.
Wow.
They was building another camp for us out of bamboo, out of town.
Yeah.
We worked on that, and finally they got it built, moved us into it.
Yeah. And so you spent your whole time as a prisoner in the Dutch East Indies. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a prisoner of war camp in the Dutch East Indies.
Well, they kept it secret.
Oh.
The Allies knew there was a prison camp there, but they thought it was Dutch.
Yeah.
I don't know if they knew the Englishman was in there or not, but they didn't know it. They said the Americans in there.
So
We was missing for 3.5 years. We was
wow.
MIA.
Missing in action. So did you ever receive a letter from home?
No, never got to write anything. Never
Wow.
got a Red Cross box or anything. The ones that took to Japan, they called prisoners of war
Yeah.
and turned their name in the Red Cross. But they said we were prisoners of war, we're just prisoners. They didn't have to do anything for us.
Yeah.
And they didn't either.
Did you personally ever experience, like you mentioned this fellow you mentioned the Chinese laborers that the Japanese killed with machine guns. You mentioned the fellow who got hit in the head and killed for picking up a bamboo. Did you experience any brutality yourself?
Oh God, I've been bit up probably 200 times over 3.5 years.
Japanese beating you with sticks, clubs?
Clubs.
Why? Why would they beat you?
Well, they didn't like Americans in the first place. And then they'd say, well, you did work hard enough today. Before you got back to camp, they'd hit you 4 or 5 times or rusted about. Then they get back to the guard and they tell the guard gate that I had to beat them up. They did work hard enough. He'd decide he'd want to hit a few whacks too.
Golly. It must have been, this must have been terrifying.
It was.
Just 3 years of terror.
We was out on working parties. Of course, people was always hungry and they're looking for something to eat.
Yeah.
Stealing stuff. And they'd kiss somebody or something they wasn't supposed to have, or talking to a native or something. They'd beat them up, then they'd beat the whole working party. Because I guess you wasn't supposed to watch them, I don't know.
Wow.
We carried food in there for the ones who couldn't work, made loot sacks and They searched you every place down to your knees, but never searched us below the knees. So we made the loot snacks and carried in.
Oh, so you would hide food down in your...
Yeah, carried food or whatever we could get for the ones that couldn't go out to work, kept them alive.
Were a lot of guys sick with the disease?
Oh yeah, I had 2 of them in my cubicle.
What did, like malaria, beriberi? What did they have?
One died with gallstones.
Oh.
He wanted to beg me to knock him in the head. Of course, I couldn't do it.
He wanted you to kill him, basically, put him out of his misery.
He suffered terrible.
Oh, God.
And then another guy died. I don't know, I guess he had pneumonia.
Oh.
He had malaria and then he got pneumonia or something. He died. Had 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5 that you lived with. 2 out of
Yeah.
5 didn't survive. Did you wonder if you would survive yourself?
Oh, many times. You didn't know how you get up in the morning, you didn't know whether you'd be alive that night or not.
Did you ever feel like giving up?
No.
No, you kept fighting.
That's the trouble. Some of them give up, and then a few days they died.
Wow.
No, I always said to myself under my breath, I'll get back at you, son with so-sos, and I'll get you.
Yeah.
And I kept alive that way myself.
Oh, but it's sort of the hope for revenge
Yeah.
is what kind of keeps you alive.
But finally after, well, I guess 3.5, well, wasn't quite. 45, I got malaria. Never had malaria. They took 10 of us and took us up, put us in a camp up somewhere, I don't know where it was, but it was a hog house. We cleaned out a hog house. That was our barracks.
Yeah.
Ground floor.
Yeah.
And I got malaria. About 6 malaria was so, mosquitoes was so thick you could cut them with a knife almost.
Oh, man.
And the last year I just spent most of the year in the what makeshift hospital.
Wow.
I had malaria and then I got beriberi, swelled up, weighed 300 pounds.
Wow.
Finally got some vitamins. The kid that got me some vitamins and got rid of the water.
Wow.
So,
And now when you're so sick, I mean, what kept you alive? What prevented you from giving up then?
I don't know. I just didn't give up.
You just hung in
I
there.
just sat up. I wouldn't lay down. If I laid down, I would have drowned it. So I sat up.
Because of the fluid
Yeah.
that could get in your lungs or something?
Before that, the first year I was prisoner, I come down with appendicitis.
Yeah?
And finally had an awful time getting the Jap to take me to the hospital.
Yeah?
And finally it took me down to the hospital ship
Yeah?
and put me on that, operated on me. And the guy that was operated on before had his stomach, I guess. He died because I brought him out with a sheet on his face.
Wow.
I thought they had a regular stuff. And led me on the table, was tied, strapped me down, and that surgeon grabbed me by the side, started squeezing my side, squeezing and talking to the nearest Dutch. I didn't know what they talked about.
This was a Dutch doctor?
Yeah.
Okay.
And finally, I heard him say scalpel, and the nurse had him a knife, and he cut me open.
Did they have to give you any anesthesia?
No
No painkillers?
No, nothing.
Oh my goodness.
I hit them straps. Oh, God.
So the Japanese, they let the Dutch doctor operate on you?
Yeah, they left it. People on the hospital ship there, or anyway, one Dutch, one nurse.
Now, did you pass out from the pain?
Yeah, I blacked out.
Oh my gosh.
And I could feel them cutting in there all the time. Anyway, after that, 2 or 3 days he come along there, this tweezers and kept digging in there. Finally, the second day, I said, "Doc, what the hell are you digging in there? Well, that's hurting." He said, "I've got to get that string out of there that I tied you up with, or it'll never heal up. It'll fester up."
Wow.
What, a day or so, he come a long string out of there. That's the last time I saw him.
Wow.
And
Wow. Now, I mean, a lot of veterans after the war, I want to hear about your liberation. A lot of veterans after the war, a lot of veterans in the Pacific after the war said that they had a really hard time not hating the Japanese. It was just an intense kind of hatred, and I think some were never really able to get over it.
yeah, sure.
How about for you? Were you able to get over it, or is it still kind of with you?
I finally got over it. I decided the younger generation didn't know enough what the older ones done.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but
It must have taken a long time to get over that feeling of hatred.
I went to the VA hospital after that.
Yeah.
And here, what did I do? Have a Japanese doctor.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow.
And this American doctor said that I went there. I had a neck hurt when the ship was on.
Yeah.
He said, "You do that to this guy?" He said that to that Jap, and God, nobody. There I laid in bed, helpless. And then they left that Jap doctor me.
And he did a good job?
I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't ever trust him.
Well, I mean, it's understandable.
Yeah.
Was this in the 60s or the 50s or the 70s? Or?
I suppose that's probably been in the 60s.
Yeah, so not too long after the war. Did you have, sometimes veterans say, prisoners of war, well, I mean, all veterans who experience combat and war, a lot of them say that, years after the war they had, trouble with dreams and other things. Did you deal with some of that yourself?
Oh yeah, nightmares.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you about the day we got liberated.
Do it, yeah. Tell me about your liberation.
I ended up, I was separated from the rest of them, and I was down on Java,
Yeah.
on an island, and they isolated us. There was about 15 of us.
Yeah.
They took us down on an oil tanker. They were moving a bunch of their troops, so they took a bunch of prisoners. Anyway, we'd been isolated. They turned us out of isolation one day and said, "You go out in the main camp now." Well,
So they just basically set you loose?
took us out of
the main camp?
Out of the barrack.
Oh, okay.
We
Yeah.
had a building they had us locked up in.
Yeah.
And I looked up the main gate. We was close to the main gate. I said, "There's something going on." I said, "They got the flag half-mast. There's only one Jap guard at the gate."
Mm.
I said, "There's something going on. We don't know what it is." Well, I said, "Let's walk up there." So we walked up to the gate. This Jap let us go out, walked out of the cap. We walked out of the cap, got out, and there's a bunch of natives out there. They were stopped us, wanted to know if we was Americans or what we was. We tell them we was Americans, we could go on. But if you get Dutch, you had to get back in camp because they hated the Dutch.
Oh.
Dutch owned the islands.
Because they'd been part of the Dutch Empire.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the Japs, we went downtown, and the Japanese was getting drunk down there, wanted to buy you beer, be nice to you.
So you're downtown.
Yeah.
So now you're downtown all of a sudden. The Japanese are there, and the Japanese are trying to be nice to you and wanting to buy you drinks.
And the Dutch, Jap was supposed to put up their arms to go to a camp.
Yeah.
And English was supposed to come and liberate this island. Well, they never come. They flew over, dropped food every day with planes. Finally, after about 20 days or so, the Americans got tired of it. They sent a hospital plane down from Calcutta, India, and took us out of there. Anyway,
Wow.
when we lined up getting out of this airplane, there was an American there, the newsman. He was taking everybody's name and the addresses and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I stood up. I haven't been home for 5 years.
Wow.
Where have I heard that voice? I was back, about 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, just as I walk up there, I thought it was his name. I said, "Hi there, Jack Shelley, how are you?" "How the hell do you know me out here in the jungles?"
Wow.
I said, "I don't know you, but I know your voice." I said, "You used to give the news on the morning news on the WHO in Des Moines
Wow.
before the war."
Yeah.
It'd been 5 years since I'd heard that voice, but I'd
Wow.
come to me.
And where were you when you saw him?
Getting that prison camp.
In that prison camp still in Java.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
He was getting loaded on this hospital plane. He was taking,
Yeah.
he was,
okay, so the Americans sent a hospital plane down from India, and
Yeah.
and did you get on that plane and leave?
yeah, there's only 42 of us there left, Americans.
Only 42 Americans.
Yeah, so they flew us up to Calcutta, India.
They
Put
flew.
us in Army Hospital.
So they put you in a hospital in India.
Yeah.
And then when was this? Was this like August 45 or?
September 45.
So the war had been over a month.
Yeah.
And how long was it till you got back to the States?
Well, I was in the hospital in Calcutta, India for a couple of weeks. And then put me in a naval hospital. I don't know. I got home in sometime in November.
What's your first memory of being back in the States?
I thought the people looked sick.
You thought the people looked sick?
They was white.
Oh.
I've seen black and brown people for years.
Yeah, you weren't used to that. Yeah. And did your family assume that you were dead?
They had up back home. I was the first naval captain in Dare County, Iowa. And they had up on the courthouse I was dead, and all different places that I was giving my life and all that.
Wow.
And when I come back, I've been missing 3.5 years. Nobody had ever heard it from us.
Now, when did you first see your family?
When I got home out in November.
So did you just drive up to the house?
No, I rode on a bus.
You rode a bus? Did your family know you were coming?
No, they phoned my dad up. He came and got me.
Wow. Tell me, what do you remember about that when your dad first saw you?
I don't know.
You don't remember that?
I've been going 3.5 years, and this guy that was getting us on the airplane, that newsman, he sent a telegram back to WHO, and they said the next morning on news, he says, "I have good news for some people in Dare County, Iowa."
Wow.
Robert Lents had been found alive.
Wow.
He'd been missing 3.5 years. Never heard.
It's like the story of the prodigal son almost. Like my son, my son who I thought was dead is alive. Except you weren't prodigal, you were a prisoner.
But
That must have been just incredible after all these experiences to go back home to Iowa.
yeah, I walked over to the sheriff's office, and they had right up there Robert Lents did. I said, "Robert Lents wants a driver's license." You had to have a driver's license. He wrote me out a driver's license.
Wow.
Because I wanted to buy a car.
Yeah. Wow. How? So what kind of work did you do after the war? I'm just wondering about, you come home from war and
Well, I stayed in the Navy.
you stayed in the Navy?
My time wasn't up. And they sent a bunch of us up to the United Nations, chauffeured the United Nations, 50 of us, for a while.
To San Francisco?
No, it's Long Island, New York.
Oh, okay.
The first one they had there. Then
So you visit home, but then you continue your service in the Navy as a chauffeur for the United Nations.
United Nations for a while.
Wow.
And I stayed on the Great Lakes. So they said they got a room for 5 men to go to officer school.
Officer school.
So said to take your examination, you want to go. So there was 5 of us took the examination, 3 of us passed. Says over the hospital said you have to have a complete physical for you to be sworn in.
Yeah.
Went over like a fool. I said I've been having headaches.
Oh.
So they started looking at that X-ray and they found a piece of 5th vertebrae and my neck was missing.
Was missing?
And so they was going to operate, take a piece out of my hip, put in my.
Wow.
I said, no, you're not.
You're not gonna do that.
I refused the operation.
Yeah.
They boosted me out of the Navy then.
Oh, so that's when you got out.
Yeah.
What kind of work did you do after the war?
Well, I worked for a scoreboard company for quite a while. Traveled for the basketball, football, scoreboard.
Oh.
Fair Play Company was the name of it.
Wow.
Finally, he was talking about sending me to Hawaii to live. And I didn't want any part of that.
To where?
Well, Honolulu.
Oh, he wanted to send you to Hawaii.
They had a lot of scoreboards put up.
Yeah.
And I didn't want that of that.
You'd had enough of that part of the world.
I switched jobs.
Yeah.
I drove a truck for a while.
Okay.
And then I got a job as a postmaster.
Oh, yeah.
And
wow.
I turned out.
Now, after you got home, did you get all of your back pay for all all that time you were a prisoner?
Took a long time. Then got part of it, then a few years, and later you'd get some more of it.
Yeah. Are you, you must be proud of your service during the Second World War.
Well, I think so.
Yeah. You're you're a member of the greatest generation.
Yeah.
You guys grew up in the Depression and fought the biggest war in the history of the world and won.
But I felt so bad about the ones that died in prison camp over nothing. The Japs wouldn't do enough for them. They couldn't.
Yeah, the Japanese were cruel. Why were the Japanese so cruel?
I guess that's the nature of them. I don't know. But
That's the nature.
They crueled their own people, so
Yeah.
I say they beat their own people.
Yeah. Wow. Well, what do you think young people should know about World War II? What for you is the most important thing about World War II that young people should know?
They should know the real history. They rewrote the books. The Japanese have taken a lot of stuff out of the history books. And how mean they was. When we went up to pick up, escort the Marines out of China,
Yeah.
I had a lookout watch. I was up on deck, seen all kinds of dead Chinese bodies floating down the Yangtze River out in the ocean.
Wow.
They'd killed the Chinese by the dozens.
That's so cruel.
Throw them in the river and their bodies are floating down.
There's a reason, I mean, still to this day, relations between China, Japan, Korea and Japan are tough because the Japanese during World War II were so cruel.
Oh, they killed so many Chinese.
Yeah, and you saw some of that.
Yeah.
You saw some of that. Have you ever been to Japan?
I've never been to Japan. We was right off the coast of it.
After the war?
No, before the war.
Oh, before the war.
Or during the war.
But before the U.S. got into the war, maybe?
Well, no, we was in the war.
Oh, you were in the war.
First patrol, we was right off
Wow.
Japan.
Yeah.
But our torpedoes found out wasn't any good. They was running 50 feet deeper than, 11 feet deeper than they set.
Oh, is that right?
So you set them at 11 feet, they was running 11 more feet deeper.
Oh, I see. Wow.
First, I heard the officer say that, well, them torpedoes passed right underneath that ship, but they didn't explode.
Mm.
We had back then the exploders on there, magnet, supposed to pass a torpedo under and break the ship's back.
Yeah, yeah.
But it had to be close enough to set it off. And when it was 11 feet deeper than they thought, it wouldn't go off.
Oh.
I don't know how we ever hit that one ship.
So the torpedoes didn't work very well at the
No.
outset. Yeah.
We had one that made a circle and exploded alongside of us. We was on the surface.
You shot a torpedo that actually made a circle and exploded next to you?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't sound like they're working very well.
It was.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me, and then, you know, this video is going to be made available to other people so that they can hear from the veterans themselves. What I tell veterans is don't leave your story to people like me. You know, tell it for yourself.
Oh,
And I really appreciate you taking the time to tell us a little bit of your story.
it was terrible in prison camp, yes.
Yeah.
You didn't know from one morning to the next you was alive what the Japs were going to do to you.
Yeah.
I woke up one night, something was tickled me under the nose. This damn Jap guard was bent in on a rifle, tickled me.
He had a bayonet and he was tickling your nose with the bayonet.
Yeah, the Japanese kept their guards in camp all the time. They were walking down through the barracks all the time.
Yeah.
Americans don't do that.
No.
Prisoners that had there and there. Boy, the Japs kept their eye on you all the time.
Yeah. Well, the Japanese, they didn't abide by the Geneva Conventions.
Well, that's the reason they said we wasn't prisoners of war, because they had never signed that.
They never signed the Geneva Conventions.
No.
Yeah. So they didn't.
We was just prisoners.
Yeah. Wow.
So, I woke up one night, there's rats so thick.
Rats.
That rat was sitting down on my chest, looking at these hands or balls. I hauled off and hit him as hard as I could. He flew there, a couple of guys down there, and got the, good Jap, the rats fell off the rafters on me.
Oh, no.
I never told him that I knocked him down there.
Oh, boy. Was anyone ever tempted? You know, I've heard stories in camps where guys would actually want to eat the rats.
Well, there's some of them that ate the rats, but I never ate them.
You never got around to that, but some did.
Yeah, I guess they did.
Yeah.
Well, I say I never did. The cooks, when they was cooking the rice, there was rafters. And they said they were sometimes a rat would shove another one off the rafters and fall down into. They had a big thing of rice, probably 100 pounds of rice. So
yeah.
They're stirred with paddles. They'd pick the rat up if they see him and throw him out, but they couldn't throw the rice out. They couldn't throw that rice. They had to keep it.
Had to keep that. Yeah.
So I say I never ate it, but I probably did.
Oh, maybe.
Finally,
maybe little pieces.
Got the Japs to get some goodie sacks or something and made a cover for it so that the rats wouldn't fall off there or wouldn't take a crap in the
in the rice.
yeah.
Oh man, wow.
But
Wow.
when they carried the rice down to the barracks, they in a basket, top of that basket with flies. It'd looked like a chocolate covered ice cream cone.
The flies were so thick. And you spent three and a half years as a prisoner.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a long
I
time.
weighed 82 pounds in Calcutta, India, when I stepped on the hot scales.
When they took you from Java to India, you weighed 82 pounds.
So you didn't know I didn't have much meat.
No.
And we'd been eating pretty good for 20 days. They dropping food and stuff.
The Allies were.
And I don't know what we weighed before that. So.
Wow. Well, sir, I really appreciate you taking the time to share your stories, and it's just amazing to hear your stories. Thank you very much.
And I got in Calcutta, I and another guy. After we get checked in the hospital, what we had to do for the day, we'd go check out. They had bicycles. The Army did. You could check them out.
Mm-hmm.
We rode all over Calcutta, India on a bicycle. Got in shape that way.
Oh, after this, yeah. So after you were able to get some exercise and get yourself back into shape.
One time I got home, I probably weighed 120 pounds, I suppose.
Is that right? Wow. Wow.
I always told my wife, we got married February when after I come home. I always told my wife she outweighed me when we got married. She weighed about 130 and I weighed about 120.
Wow. Gosh, that's something. That's something. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I can't read it down.
No? Here, I'll read it. Dear Robert Wayne Lents, it's November 23, 1945. It gives me special pleasure to welcome you back to your native shores and to express on behalf of the people of the United States the joy we feel at your deliverance from the hands of the enemy. It is a source of profound satisfaction that our efforts to accomplish your return have been successful. You have fought valiantly and suffered greatly. As your Commander-in-Chief, I take pride in your past achievements and express the thanks of a grateful nation for your services in combat and your steadfastness while a prisoner of war. May God grant you happiness and a successful future. And then it's signed President Harry Truman. Is this picture here you?
I suppose.
Right there in the whites there?
Yeah.
That's you.
Yeah.
There you are.